Hello guys, how we all doing? It's been a while. I'm Christian. If you are new to my channel, my name is Christian, and I started this channel years ago. I just haven't had a chance to update or do any videos because it's been a journey. It's been a lot. It's been going on. But anyways, yeah, I'm enjoying the day, and I just felt like, what the hell? I just make a video, an update video of what's been going on. So, as if you don't know me, my name's Christian. I started this channel years ago, mostly focusing on like opioid withdrawal and how to get clean, how to stay healthy, how to get away from bad habits. So I don't know where I left off of my last video, but I remember I was doing kratom. I got off the Suboxone. I was doing kratom for a while, and I was doing really good for a while. But then I don't want to make this video long, but anyway, to cut it short, I ended up going back to the kratom stopped working. So about 2 years into it, I was just finding myself every 2-3 hours just dosing, with the green sludge, and it got to a point it wasn't working. I was waking up like 2-3 in the morning sweating. I had to take another dose, and I'm like, dude, like what the hell? Anyway, since it stopped working, I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to go back to Suboxone. I didn't want to go back to the clinic. So I started doing other stuff, street drugs, because at the time I was going through a lot emotionally. There's a lot of stuff in my life, in a family that happened. There was some death, some sickness, some illness. I was ill for a while too, so I kind of gave up. I gave up on myself. I gave up on my life, and also I found out one of my great, amazing friends that I hope she rests in peace. I don't know if you heard of Rockin' Roberta. I heard about her, the news. I was like, oh my God. Anyways, I was just depressed. I had a lot of friends ODing, dying. For a minute there, I was so depressed. I'm like, I don't care. I'll just whatever. If I die from fentanyl, then whatever. I'm done. So that went on for a good 6-7 months. I was hanging out with this girl. Me and her were hanging out, doing that shit. Never shoot up. It was just all up, snorting it. So then, it got to a point where I OD'd. I had to get Narcan. And yep, the next day I woke up in the hospital and back, starting all over again. So I went back to, when I reached that was my rock bottom. It was about 2 years ago. It was like 23 to 20, ending 24. It was around this time too. It was around Christmas. All that shit went down, so I went in to the MAP program, and I was able to get in the MAP program all free, then no charge. And I got back. I was hesitating about getting back on Suboxone, but I got back on it at a very low dose because I already went through that route before. Getting off Suboxone is very, really difficult. It's very hard, especially if you're in a high dose. But I went there already knowing, so I didn't let them dose me at 8 or 16 or 24 milligrams, which for me, that's stupid. That's ridiculous. Nobody should be over 8 or 16, and even if you're shooting up. But anyways, doctor's like, take your 8 milligrams, and like whatever. I went home, I cut them in little pieces. I was doing the strips in the beginning. Since the fentanyl fucked up my tolerance, I had to do it 6 for the first day. And then the second day I woke up still feeling weird, so I did 6 again. And then by the third, fourth day, I was like, all right, I'm gonna cut it down. I stayed at 4 for like a good year. I stayed at 4 milligrams all up till last year, and then I went down to 2 milligrams. And then this past summer, things gotten better in my life. I got a new job. I'm working at a breakfast place now, so I do mornings. I can't do the night shifts no more. I was finding myself at bars and doing that bad environment all over again. So I got a nice cool job in the mornings. I serve breakfast. I moved back with my parents. I got to, take care of them because, they're in the 80s and they were a little sick for a while, but I was able to help them get their health back. I can make a video about health stuff too, which that's what I'm trying to maybe focus on too, besides the tapering and the addiction and all that. Anyway, so this past summer I was like, I'm gonna take a few days off work, and I got on kratom for a little bit. I was like, man, it's been so long. I was iffy about the kratom because that's what led me to all this shit, all this bullshit. So I went down from 4 to like 2 milligrams. fine. And then in the mornings, I just didn't have that motivation. I'm sure you guys know how that is. You just don't want to get up from bed. You just want to stay. Oops, sorry about that. That was my air conditioner. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. That was my AC going off because people are cold in the house, so they have the heater on. But I was like I was saying, in the morning I wasn't getting that motivation that to wake up feeling and get my day started. So I would drink my coffee, take a teaspoon of Kratom and go to work, And then around 12 o'clock, it starts wearing off, or 11 sometimes 10, depends how stressed and busy it was. And and then I would just take like a 1 milligram at the time, and then wait till nighttime, see how that sleep would go, and then if I woke up middle of the night, I would take like a half a milligram. So I went down from 2 to 1 milligram, with the Kratom in the morning, and then I was, a month goes by, and then I'm like, now I want 2 Kratoms, now I want 3 Kratoms, now I want one every 3 hours, and maybe I should. So I'm like, I don't know what to do, guys. Like, some people say the Suboxone's bad. Other people say, like, I'm with my counselor. She hates Kratom. She's like, don't take that crap. And it's because people are confused, like her, with the 708. She's like, I know this patient, this client of mine, but, she had to get Narcan or whatever because she took Kratom. She had a heart attack, a seizure. And I'm like, that's not Kratom. That's probably the 7.0. That I experimented with that. I don't suggest you guys, I don't advise you guys taking 7.0. I think they already banned it in most states. They banned it here in Florida, the 7-hydroxy, which is extract alkaloid from the Kratom plant. Anyways, so I was like, I'm gonna back off this and just stick with my treatment. So because it was like messing up with my motivation. If I didn't drink Kratom, I didn't want to do anything all day. I didn't want to work out. I didn't want to go to the gym, and that is my main thing. I wake up, go to the gym, get my day going, come home, cook, do the normal stuff, So yeah, for the past 3 months, I've just been on 1 milligram, and for the past 2-3 days, because I took some days off of work for vacation for Christmas and New Year's, I'm down at 0.5 milligrams, and yeah, so that's where I'm at. I'm at 0.5 milligrams a day. There are some nights I sleep, there's some nights I don't sleep. If I need another 0.5, I'll take it. But that's where I'm at, guys. So I just wanted to make an update of what's been going on with me. It's been scary journey, but I had to do what I had to do. And yeah, it's just taking care of myself. Like I said, I go to the gym a lot. You have to work out. Working out helps so much release those natural endorphins that we all addicts need and deplete it. And all the other chemicals, dopamine, serotonin, all the happy chemicals. Working out helps. Getting some sun, riding a bike, put on some music. You gotta just stay motivated, it can be challenging, but it can be done because it's all learning. An addiction, I don't really see it as a disease. It is a disease, but it's like a bad learning. Your brain learn how to get high to be comfortable, so now you have to learn to do everything without that, which could be hard, but we got to do it. So I think I'm at the right mindset finally. I'm where I was and better than I was before. So I just wanted to wish you guys, hope you all had a good Christmas and Happy New Year, and may 2026 be full of opportunities and positive energy for everybody. So anyways, guys, I will try to make another video when I have some time, maybe next weekend. And also, one more question, if you guys want to leave it down in the comments. When I do taper, because I'm planning on getting off this stuff this summer, as I'm going to my mental counseling, which it's amazing, it's helping me a lot. When I'm ready, should I switch to Sublocade? Because that's what my doctor was talking to me about, the Sublocade shot. There's Vivitrol, and then there's naltrexone too, which I was pretty interested in that because it's got so much other benefits, health benefits too, besides keeping you clean, or just go on a rehab for a few days and get some comfort meds and just. So I don't know yet where I'm at, what decision I would make, but I don't know. What would you guys do? Would you guys take the shot? Would you guys think it's better to just take the Sublocade shot and just once a month? That way you're not dosing all the time, because I think that's what keeps you on that addictive routine. So anyways, guys, like I was saying, have a great Happy New Year. Be safe, okay? All right, guys, have a good one.
Peace.